or visit the website, thecodingman.com, to redeem this limited time offer. Licensed St. Johns County contractor, license number ST9751.
It's time for Sold in St. Augustine, bringing you the businesses, builders, and brokerages that drive the lifestyle and economy of St. Augustine. Now, here's your host, Wally Conway.
Good morning and welcome to Sold in St. Augustine. Grateful to be with you. It is such a joy to spend this time with you and with Kevin every week to just share some of the wonderful businesses, the builders, and the brokers who make the St. Augustine lifestyle what it truly is. I've got two friends here with me today to share some music and share some thoughts about the wonders of St. Augustine, a beautiful business. I've got Nathan Thornberry from Residential Warranty Services, and joining us shortly will be Brad Leyland from Endless Summer Realty. But before we bring Brad on board and play some more music for you, let's welcome Nathan Thornberry. Nathan, welcome to Sold in St. Augustine.
Good to be here, Wally.
So I've got a question for you. You're joining us from Carmel, Indiana, just above Indianapolis. Go Jags, down with the Colts. And you run one of the largest and yet most invisible warranty companies in the United States, and in 1 million plus transactions a year. And I've got a question for you that people don't quite know the answer to. Everyone is familiar with the idea of having a warranty that's purchased after they purchase the home or as a part of the process, typically 12 months. I know that yours is available at 18. That's why we refer that exclusively. But the idea of a home inspector offering $100,000 in warranty coverage to protect buyer, seller, and agent, how did the idea of a warranty being offered by a home inspector, how did that come to your mind? What's the origin story?
Well, let me correct the number real quick because I just like to be accurate and transparent. Not a million transactions, probably. Let's see. No, 150,000 was our best month. 100,000. Yeah, probably just over the million for last year. So I guess you're right. I've had to adjust.
So you want to correct my math and tell me that $100,000 to $150,000 a month is less than a million. Thank you for the transparency, Mr. Thornberry.
Yeah, 100 to 150,000. There was, there's always a low month of the year where we get down to 80,000. Right.
So how does this idea of the home inspector offering a warranty position, in the case of Residential Warranty Services and your partnership with Home Pro Inspections, $100,000 in aggregate coverage? Why is that so special? How did this occur?
Well, it started way back when I was growing up in the home inspection industry. And when I first started in the warranty business, I shared an office with a home inspection company, my parents. And so they're on the other side of the building. I'm in my side of the building. And we start with this promo and this solution to a problem, which was, hey, not everybody's using the warranty. So what do? And we offered this 90-day sort of introductory version of the warranty. And then we improved it over time, and we started adding other features as we discovered that we were really a solution for this. When the client moves in and they have a problem, they're gonna call. So how many problems can we be a solution for? And how can we just meet the expectation, whatever it is, rather than, trying to defend something when it's unnecessary? We can just be more valuable. And we've done that in partnership with the great home inspectors of this country, including yourself.
And how many home inspectors would you reason across the country are participating in this level of protection for the consumer?
Well, this level, the level that Home Pro is on, it's about 1,200. There are a lot of home inspection companies that do a wonderful job that are utilizing Recall Check and the 90-day warranty packages. And that's probably a quarter of the industry. But when we're talking about the highest level of protection, the one that will actually pay to adjust a foundation that moves after the inspection for a full year, that's a very small group, only about 1,200 of you.
Excellent, excellent. So it's clear, Nathan, that there's tremendous value delivered to the home buyer with that $100,000 in aggregate coverage. If they choose, they can lay the 18-month warranty on top of that for the coverage that's beyond anything in America. What is the value to the real estate broker or the real estate agent when they refer companies who protect the customer at this level? Why is that a value add to the agent?
Well, without getting into a specific feature, first, I'll answer it in two parts. One, kind of generally, and one with a feature. So, generally, if you're actually working with people that understand the real estate transaction from start to finish and all the parties and how they interact, then you're going to, and are passionate about it, and are passionate about making sure that client has a good experience, you're going to get, have a better overall result. But very specifically as a feature, I had one just yesterday. Just yesterday, a Keller Williams office had an E&O concern. We cover their E&O deductibles when they utilize an inspector that has a warranty package like you, or when they utilize our home warranties that cover things the other guys simply don't, that cause real liability, real lawsuits against real estate agents, like underground sewer and water line failures. So we know we reduce their liability. We know we reduce the bad events that can happen after a transaction, and that's our mission. So we do it very well, and we know the market.
And that's not an exclusive relationship with Keller Williams. That coverage, that protection, that deductible payment automatically falls upon any agent or brokerage who's working with an inspection company who's likewise covered. Am I correct?
Yeah, so it's real simple. Kind of the highest deductible out there, the most typical for E&O and real estate, is about $5,000. So if an agent refers you and the client uses you, we're covering $2,500 worth of the deductible for choosing the best home inspector in town. And if they use our warranty as well, we're covering an additional $2,500 worth of that deductible for a total of $5,000 in coverage. So you have zero E&O deductible. And that's just, the way that we can market it. In reality, you have much less liability. You have less occurrences where a client has a bad day and doesn't refer you more. So it's really the best way to operate in the home inspection or in the home inspection and real estate business. And, I think of that client that moves in and has the problem with the underground sewer line, and they used an agent that wasn't aware that Home Pro covers that, wasn't aware that there was a warranty option that covers that. And they're sitting there in a bad spot. They're financially affected by it. And, agents should be aware that that's their job.
And it's a great way for consumers to screen their agents as who they deal with. Nathan, before we start playing some music, which is really the reason that we're here, I've got a very important question for you. If you have no answer, it's okay. We respect that. We'll get to the music right away. With the passing of Eddie Van Halen earlier this week, he's jumped to the other side, you might say. Did you want to pay any special tribute to Eddie before we bring the music on?
Oh man, I saw Eddie not too long ago. He was at here in Indianapolis playing at where our Pacers play, and just kept it going. I have huge respect for somebody that's so passionate about what they do that they will virtually do it until they pass, and that was his mission, and we all loved his music.
He jumped right up until he couldn't. It's 9 minutes after the hour. I want to thank Nathan Thornberry from Residential Warranty Services for being with us. Let's spin some music, and when we come back, Brad Leyland from Endless Summer Realty. Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate you, man. We'll check in soon.
All right, see you.
Bye. So Brad, you'll enjoy this. He's the CEO of Residential Warranty Services, privately held warranty company in 1 million houses a year. I have him on speed dial. To jump on the radio with 10 minutes notice when, you know how it is with insurance and warranties and the type of claims. It's always gray. I'm grateful to say we have no gray.
Baby, just how you feel. You got to roll with the punches and get to what's real. Can't you see this in here? I got my back against the wrecking machine.
The song is on my Spotify playlist.
fun here. Have you known Kevin, Brad? You guys collaborated in St. Augustine?
Not real well, but I've met them.
It's kind of neat, you know, with the other media things I've been able to do, and then having met Kevin here a year ago, enough trust and faith in each other to do this in a rather strange format. All remote and Zoom, bringing together, throwing music, so it stays true to the core of the audience and the station WSOS, yet at the same time, lets us bring folks in. Especially great when guests, you know, we want to talk about business always, but anytime we can pull that nonprofit, philanthropic thread, it puts that individual business owner in absolutely different context, you know, how to be my customers and vendors. It's been real important.
I'm not Wally, I'm having a hard time doing it.
Because we're rocking. Wally Conway here for Monument Commercial Building Inspections. Did you know that Monument Commercial Building Inspections has inspected over 10 million square feet of local commercial office, retail, and warehouse space, and several thousand multifamily units? Yep, Monument Commercial Building Inspections can do it all. Commercial building inspections, permit histories, and balcony inspections. Call Monument Commercial Building Inspections at 904-660-2915 or online at monumentcommercial.com.
13 minutes now after 9 o'clock. You're in the middle of Sold in St. Augustine with Wally Conway. It's 80 degrees downtown, and here's Wally.
Oh, so grateful to have Eddie with us. You know, Eddie and I are exactly the same age, and it seems like I will continue to jump while he takes his celestial rest. Want to introduce you to Brad Leyland from Endless Summer Realty right here in St. Augustine to share some thoughts on what's happening in the rental market, both short and long term, since we've got these challenges of COVID-19 with us. Brad, welcome to the program.
Yeah, it's great to be here today. Fun.
Well, I know that early on, you know, we go back to springtime, the governor threw some challenges at us, especially for short-term rentals. Have we recovered from that here in the community?
I believe so. Our company certainly has, and my rentals that I own personally and the ones that we manage for our customers are all back to pretty solid bookings. And quite frankly, right now, October is a little busier than we've been in previous years.
Is that right? You know, we saw the same thing in the home inspection universe. I remember sitting here at the Home Pro World headquarters in March, petrified that we were going to go to zero, having 16 people on staff to feed, and that didn't happen. In June, July, August, September, and so far in October, we're setting records. After 26 years, we're still setting records in the outgrowth of a pandemic. You're feeling pretty well the same thing in the rental universe?
Yeah, I mean, our sales are stronger than they've literally ever been. May was our worst month. We lost more money in May than I'd ever lost at Endless Summer Realty since we started it 13 years ago. There was almost the pandemic, there was almost no sales like 8 weeks prior, or nothing went under contract. So yeah, we didn't have many closings in May, but then July was our biggest month we've ever had as a company. And so it's all made back up. And so that's the same with the long and the short-term rentals. The long-term rentals are different though, because of all the rules. You can't evict people, and every renter knows that. And so there's a lot of great people. So the majority of our renters are paying their bills and working hard and communicating. But, you know, there was a couple properties where the people were just working the systems every way they could. And everybody loses when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to think that those that work the system are few and far between. I like to think that those who needed the help of the system, you know, got some relief. what's going to happen to that person that worked the system and said, hey, I'm working the system, I'm not paying my rent for 6 months. Once we get through this period of evictions on hold, so to speak, what's the future look like for that person who has that on their resume?
Well, the interesting thing is they still owe the money.
Right.
So it's a temporary hold on them being evicted, but the amount of money they owe just keeps going up and up and up. So at the end of the day, it doesn't end well. We had a tenant that hadn't paid rent in one of our properties, and she was super behind, and our only strategy was to be super nice to her. And she ended up leaving the house trashed, abandoned her dogs. She left 2 dogs in a disgusting house. It was awful. But, you know, we have 2 new dogs in our family, and we're looking for homes and doing the best we can to get the house redone. And then the problem is there's such demand for long-term rentals. And so we actually had somebody that was dying to rent that house, and they can't rent it because we're trying to get it back online. So the future's not good for that person, but they're struggling. And so we just try to have as much compassion as possible. This pandemic is crazy.
Yeah, I love your heart, Brad. As I'm fond of saying, the view is always better from the high road. And that's where they shoot the arrows, is the way it usually plays out. But if we're doing the right things over time, it all plays in a real positive way. You know, what are you seeing at Endless Summer Realty in the purchase with the intent to rent, where that, say a person like myself says, you know, I want to be in the rental market. I don't want to be a landlord. What are your programs or your thoughts on a person coming to you and saying, Brad, I want to purchase a rental property and I don't want to touch it? What are you doing for them?
Well, it's fun. And I know that we're supposed to play music, so I'm going to tell a long story short, okay? But it actually comes all the way back down to President Trump. And so I know I'm being political, but I'm not. The first season of why did I start Endless Summer Realty? Well, it was because of President Trump, but it wasn't when he was president. It was the first season of The Apprentice, and I was watching it with my wife, and during that season, it was over 13 years ago, I hadn't started Endless Summer Realty. I hadn't done anything. I just ended up buying a rental property, a vacation rental, and basically renovating it and starting to rent it. And then it was a beautiful property. It was crazy time in the market. Somebody offered me a lot of money for it after I had renovated it, and it was making money as a vacation rental. I sold it to them. I made more than $250,000 on this property, this flip. I'd never done anything like that in my life. It was ridiculous. But I was watching The Apprentice, and The Apprentice, the person that won The Apprentice had to work for a year to make $250,000. And I realized that there was something in this. There was a desire for people to buy beautiful properties that they could use some and rent out and pay for themselves. And that's actually why I started Endless Summer Realty, was because of this opportunity. We really started as a vacation rental company that we wound up being the largest residential real estate company in the county, but it didn't mean to. I really just did this one transaction, and it was super fun.
Brad, we all wish we had accidents like yours. That's a beautiful thing. It's 19 minutes after the hour. Kevin's got the vinyl spinning, so we're ready to get some music coming right out to you. And when we come back, Brad's going to share how philanthropy became so important to the folks at Endless Summer Realty.
Thank you.
You really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I get some bad night. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know where I'm going, yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I get some bad night. You really got me. Oh, you really got me. Oh, you really got me. Don't ever let me be. I only wanna be by your side. Please, don't ever let me be. I only wanna be by your side. Girl, Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know where I'm going. Yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. Got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. Oh, you really got me. Oh, oh, oh.
Wally Conway here from Home Pro Inspections. Did you know that in the past decade, the number of home inspectors in St. Augustine has grown from less than 10 to more than 100? Yep, that means 9 out of 10 inspectors likely lack the experience to protect your investment and your family. Don't risk your money or your family's safety on a rookie. Every Home Pro inspection includes over $100,000 in after-inspection warranty protection backed by residential warranty services. Call the company that over 25,000 local home buyers have trusted since 1994. Call Home Pro Inspections 904-268-8211 or online at gohomepro.com.
We're live from downtown St. Augustine, and this is the time we spend with Wally Conway, sold in St. Augustine. Here's Wally.
I want to thank our special guest here today, Brad Leyland from Endless Summer Realty. Brad, I know that philanthropy is important to your heart and it's important to your business. How have you woven a mindset and a heart for philanthropy and doing good in the community through the fabric of Endless Summer Realty?
Man, it's been so fun. Endless Summer Realty is, well, its success, like I said before, was an accident. I honestly started the company and invited some local friends who were great people to join, and the team built, and we started doing well. And early on, we just made a commitment to give away money. In fact, actually, just to tell a quick story, the very first real estate deal I ever did happened like this. I got my real estate license. I was now able to show homes. And so I was like, I can schedule a showing. I can look at any home. I have this cool lockbox thing, you know? And so I scheduled a showing at a home in Moultrie Trails. And when I pulled into the yard, there was a person there. And I'm like, oh, somebody else is showing the house. But I got out anyways. And she says to me, are you an agent? I said, yes. And she said, I would like to buy this house. And then she did. And I represented her and made this commission on this really large transaction. And I got home, told my wife, and she said, Brad, we need to give all that money away because it clearly you didn't deserve it and you didn't do anything for it. Just give it away. And so the very first dollar I made, I gave away, and I've just sort of kept that as a principle of giving. And so we, as a company, just give away a lot of money, and we don't spend a lot of money on advertising. Like I think serving the community has a amazing impact, and I'd rather give money to support great causes than give money to support advertising. They're both a form of communication, and it's fine for the companies that want to spend a lot of money, and I'm for advertising. Like I'm on a radio program here, and this is advertising. I'm supportive of you all, but I would rather give money to help feed people and then be very strategic. So we do a little bit of advertising, but not nearly as much as sort of people in my sector would do. And so,
I came to philanthropy a little bit later in my life than when you had that light bulb come on, or your wife turned the light on for you. And I came home and I said to Tanya, honey, we're philanthropists. She said, great, with whose money? And I explained to her this strategic philanthropy vision that nature abhors a vacuum. And when you give something away, it gets filled pretty quickly. And the oddball thing I've discovered, and tell me if you've had the same experience, when you share and give it away and the universe fills the pot, it usually fills with more than you gave.
Yeah, it's definitely my experience. I think giving is, quite frankly, an attribute of God. Like so when we give, there's something that feels right in our souls. And so I love it. And, you know, I've been the beneficiary of more giving than I gave. Like so many people have blessed me in my life, and I feel like I've been blessed to be a blessing. And so it's sort of a core value, but I've had great role models and I've been encouraged. And so I just have been so thankful for the chance that Endless Summer Realty has. And our agents are wonderful. And our agents participate in that. It's not just company dollars. We have all these different projects we do. Like, for example, one of the things we are really excited about is for the last 15 years, Rich Detra, even before I started Endless Summer Realty, Rich Detra would organize wherever he was at as a real estate agent, the bell ring at the 2 weeks before Christmas for the Salvation Army. And so when he joined our firm like 12 years ago, he brought it here, and he's been coordinating that every year. And all of our agents go out and we ring the bell and give our own money and invite people to give money. And so we're starting to plan for that, and are thankful for that.
I love that, Brad. And it really makes the point that a mindset of philanthropy is contagious. And philanthropy and giving and sharing is not just exclusive to Bill Gates and that crew, that all of us, whether we're business owners or employees of other companies, wherever we are, when people see us give and share and we have conversations about helping others, a couple of neat things happens. One of the neat things is more and more good gets done in our community. And the other really neat thing that happens, and it's quite selfish, you meet really nice people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's been my experience, you know, and teaching a philanthropic mindset even at the smallest level of small kids with lemonade stands and people new to the workforce, just doing really simple things to be involved. And giving isn't only dollars, giving is time, giving is of materials, of whatever you can share or spare or is in excess. You really, it brings great things to our community. It brings great things to other individuals. And frankly, as a business owner, it's not dishonest to say that the businesses in our community who are involved in helping and supporting our community, in fact, flourish. Brad, if somebody wants to reach out to you about Endless Summer Realty or to learn more of the wonderful things that they're doing in the community and how they can get involved, what's the easiest way for folks to get started in a relationship with Endless Summer?
Well, part of the reason we named it Endless Summer Realty was back 13, 14 years ago, the domain name was still available. So you just go to endlesssummerrealty.com and find our website, and we'd love to help you or serve you or answer any questions you might have. And thank you for letting me be here today. I look forward to getting.
Thank you, Brad. I thank you for being with us, and I thank you even more so for all the wonderful things you do for St. Augustine. I want to thank Kevin for spinning the vinyl for us, and we'll see you next week. Thanks a bunch, Brad. Appreciate you. Thanks, Kev.